Ugh, this color shirt looks awful on camera. Ugh. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know I kind of talked about this in a couple of my other videos, but my window overlooks the pool of our apartment complex, and this time of year it's just like popping out there. And the last few videos I had, I was like watching them back and editing them, and I realized you could heavily hear what's going on out there, like talking and laughing and screaming and shouting, and today there's music, so I do apologize if you can hear that in the background of my videos. Luckily, nobody made any comments about it, but like I heard it and I know I would have been like, what is that? Is that her television? Why didn't she turn it off? So anyways, today I'm testing out a brand new product. It's new to me. It is definitely not new in the makeup world. This has been out for a while. It's the Urban Decay Velvetizer Translucent Mix-In Medium. So I've actually had this in my collection for, I picked it up, was it the last Sephora sale I picked it up? It might have been the sale in November. So I've had it for a while regardless, but it's just kind of sat in the box, hung out in my little drawer for a while. So I figured it's finally time for me to actually try it. What's the point of having makeup if you're not going to try it, right? So yeah, apparently this is like kind of a universal type product where you can either mix it into your liquid foundation to make it matte, or you can use it as a setting powder. You can use it to set your under eyes. So yeah, it's described on Sephora as an ultra fine mix-in powder that gives foundation a velvety feel and beautiful matte finish, or can be used alone as a finishing powder to set and refine. So you use a dime-sized amount, mix it in with your liquid foundation, which sounds so weird too, like mixing powder in with your liquid. It says it's not supposed to disturb the color, so it transforms the finish of your foundation without disturbing the color or finish. Wait, what? Without disturbing the color in your other products. Okay. The result, a silky airbrushed finish. And you can get this for $34 at Ulta or Sephora. So first of all, the box is really cool. You can see the UD right there, and it's like velvety, like they put velvet on the box. I did hear a little birdie say that they actually so they discontinued their Naked Skin finishing powder and they recycled the containers. So I've heard that if you peel this label off, you can like see the Naked Skin underneath. I bet you probably can. I'm not going to. I mean, yeah, you can kind of see if you look at it. It does say Naked underneath of it. God, I kind of want to peel it off now. Like now I'm curious. Nah, I don't want to ruin it. I'm going to leave it on. But if you look at it just so, you can see where it says Naked underneath of it. So yeah, Naked Skin. Naked Skin. Interesting. I mean, I don't hate them for it. I just know that like it caused a lot of drama in the makeup world. Like how dare they reuse their packaging and help save the environment. There's also a bunch of writing on the inside of the package too. It looks like it's just different languages. So, okay. Enough about that. Let's get to applying it to our face. So yeah, it does have like this package, plastic package. It looks like it's double walled. There's a gunmetal lid. There is a little seal on the sifter. And then you pop it off. And I don't know if you could tell, but there is the UD, same as the lid. Kind of like the little holes are shaped like that. And the powder, ooh, it is really super soft. Holy moly, that almost feels like liquidy. That is bizarre. But it is like a creamy, like an eggshell color white. Wow, that was really strange. Okay, so I think I need to prime my face real quick. All right, I just used my typical primers for that. I used the Touch in Sol No Problem, and then my Guerlain L'Or, which is hiding back there. And then I also primed my eyes. I like to do that before my foundation too. So, okay, for my foundation, I'm gonna use a foundation that I always use just because I know the way that this finishes. I know the way that it sets on my skin. I don't want to use anything too like different to like, you know, compromise the integrity of the review. So this is the Lancome Teint Idol Ultra 24 Hour Makeup. I wear the color 210 Buff Neutral. I've gone through probably like 6 bottles of this just because it is my ultimate favorite. I was wearing it the other day and I set it with a powder that, it was like the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk powder. And I noticed that like together those two products did not mix well, but I knew that it was the Giorgio Armani because I've worn this so many times. You see what I mean? So, okay, so mix in a dime-sized amount into your liquid foundation. So I feel like that's gonna be kind of hard with the packaging because, okay, I'm gonna just, okay, I dumped some in the lid. I guess that's the best way to do it. And then I'm gonna do 3 pumps of that. So this foundation does typically have like a kind of a natural finish that is very, very long wearing, but it does get kind of dewy throughout the day on me, and I don't hate it, but I do notice that in the summertime it just gets a little bit more oily. This is bizarre, you guys. You know when you mix in like flour when you're baking cookies and you mix it into the batter? That is what this is reminding me of. Oh, I don't like this texture, like consistency. That is weird. Like, how are you supposed to do this? I guess that's how we're gonna do it. Okay. That's weird. It totally reminds me when you dump flour into like cookie batter and you mix it in and it's just like, it makes the product really, really thick. Holy moly. Okay, I do feel like this is gonna dry really quickly because it's so thick. So I'm gonna start kind of blending this in like ASAP. So weird. I mean, it does look really pretty. The foundation, I feel like it's making it a little bit more full coverage than it typically is. It's not changing the color, but it is making it appear much more full coverage. I'd say typically this foundation is like a medium coverage on me, and then I can build it up to be full coverage if I want to, but typically I just kind of wear it as a medium coverage. There is zero shine left behind, like none. Even on my hand, it's just very like, kind of like chalky looking on my hand. On my face, I feel like it looks okay. But this is just very, very, very bizarre. That surprised me how quickly it almost like dried out the product, which I guess makes sense because it's a powder. So it's making the foundation just a tiny bit difficult to blend out. Usually this foundation is very, very easy for me to blend out, and it's almost making it like a little bit patchy feeling, especially like on my forehead. I'll zoom in and show you guys. I'm just gonna finish up before this. I mean, it's almost completely dry on the back of my hand. That is so weird. But I want to drag it down my neck a little bit. Okay, so zooming you guys in a little bit. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see, but it definitely collected really funky, like right here. Like it clung to my little tiny microscopic eyebrow hairs and just clung to that area really weird. It also looks a tiny bit patchy on my forehead, specifically like right here, this line got really dark and it was quite difficult to blend out. And also it's patchy on my nose, which is not too unusual because a lot of foundations kind of sit like that on my nose. So I'm gonna try to layer this up and do another little bit on my nose because you can see how it's just a little bit discolored there. We're gonna see how it layers. Okay, so I'm only gonna do 1 pump this time and just a tiny bit of this powder I'm gonna sprinkle on top. This is so weird. Like, how are you supposed to be able to mix? I don't know. It seems a little bit unrealistic to do this every single day, you know what I mean? But we're gonna see. I need to blend out my eyebrow area because it looks really, really bad. I might need to put some sort of like refreshing spray or something. Maybe I can use some MAC Fix Plus. Something to just kind of like blend out this area because it looks really bad. Ugh, this is just making it worse. I think I might have accidentally wiped away the foundation, so let's just put some back on there and blend it out. Okay, so I know my under eyes look a little bit crazy, but that's because I do not have under eye concealer on yet. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and then maybe check in with you guys and kind of show you how products are layering on top of it and just kind of check in. I don't know that I'm gonna do a full day wear test just because the day's already like half over. Yeah, it's already 3 o'clock. So I don't know that I can do a full day wear test today, guys, but I do kind of want to just zoom you in. I will say it does make the foundation look a lot more smooth and kind of poreless. So kind of zooming in over here, let me turn the ring light off a little bit. I mean, my skin looks super poreless and smooth. I mean, there are areas that are a little bit patchy looking, and I'm just kind of having to buff that out a little bit, but my skin looks really, really smooth. It definitely minimizes pores like a lot more than I was expecting it to. God, my nose is looking rough. I'm gonna try to blend that out with the Beauty Blender a little bit. And I was able to fix this eyebrow area, which is good. That tells me that it layers, like you can layer and continue to layer and layer and layer, and everything is gonna layer okay. Like I got rid of the patchiness and the splotchiness, and I still feel like it looks really good. So I think layering concealer on top of it is gonna be very telling. Also, just the rest of my makeup, kind of layering it all together. So I'm gonna do that. I'm actually not going to set it with anything, which is odd for me because I always set my powder. I always set my foundation with powder, but we're gonna leave it and we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna go curl my hair, do the rest of my makeup, and then we'll see what it looks like. All right, you guys, so it has been quite a few hours since I put my foundation on this morning. It's now pretty dang late. It's like the sun's almost going down. Luckily, I have all these lights to keep it nice and bright in here, but it's been a while. It's been about 5 hours, which doesn't seem long. But anyways, I feel like that's a long time. Now, here are my thoughts. I'm looking at my face in the mirror and it looks really good, you guys. It is absolutely amazing to me that I did not have to set my foundation. Even my most favorite foundation, like the Lancome one, I was gonna pick it up and show you guys, but I don't have it sitting in front of me anymore. I have to set my foundations. If I don't, my skin gets oily. It starts to crease in like my smile lines. It starts to crease in my chin line, around my nose, it gathers. I get like little forehead wrinkles occasionally. So if I do not set my foundation, I get greasy really, really fast. So the fact that I didn't have to set my foundation is kind of like breathtakingly like what to me, like in and of itself, that is magic to me, like magical feeling. Now, I didn't even use any like setting spray today. Like I really wanted to see how this foundation would wear after a few hours of wearing it. Keep in mind, it is humid outside today. It is humid. Like let me just look at the weather real quick on our weather app. It is 92 degrees outside. It is 64% humidity. Actually, that's not bad. So, but that's, I mean, that is bad, but it's not bad for Charlotte. I took the dogs for a walk outside. I've been sitting behind these studio lights for like 4 or 5 hours filming videos for you guys. I've been talking. I have no setting spray, no setting powder. It is amazing to me that my skin looks the way it looks right now. So first off the bat, like that is really, really cool to me. Now, let me zoom you guys in just a little bit. So I have you zoomed in. I'm gonna turn off the ring light so you can just really see what's going on here. Now, does it look as good as if I were to use a setting spray? Well, no. I mean, I can see my pores a little bit around my nose, like it It's not perfect. My smile lines are actually pretty good. Usually they're a lot worse than this. My chin line looks like that. My forehead is what's really getting me, and I think it's because I didn't quite blend well enough. I mean, the powder, the Velvetizer did make it kind of hard to blend the foundation. So my forehead is kind of what I'm looking at the most, going like, ooh, like I really wish I would have either blended or used a setting spray or something, but it doesn't look bad. Like nobody else is gonna look at my forehead and be like, ew. You know, it's just me, because like, you know, I can see it, but see, those are like my forehead lines and it didn't settle into that. I mean, guys, it looks really good. I will also say that all of my makeup layered on top of this beautifully. I was a little bit worried because putting creams on top of powders, like putting concealer on top of powder, is a little bit like, ooh, like don't ever do that, you know what I mean? But it worked. I also put more powder on top. I put a cream highlight on. I put a cream contour on. And everything just seemed to blend super duper well. My eyeshadow went on well. I mean, everything just went on really well. Sometimes I have weird problems with my eyebrows. Like I'm having a really good makeup day. Or maybe it's that, I mean, I don't know what it is. But when I talk about logistics and actualities and like functional realness, I don't know that I would use something like this every day. Like I'm not gonna grab my makeup, my liquid concealer or liquid foundation, put it on my hand, and then mix in powder with it. Like that's just not a functionally real thing that I'm gonna do every day. Maybe on special occasions, you know, maybe. And maybe I will do that just to test out the product a little more. But for the average woman getting ready for work in the morning, like you're not gonna do that. It's easier to put a finishing powder on top. Now, maybe this is like a new concept. Why has nobody else come out with something like this? Like this has been out for a couple of years now. Like why has no other company like mimicked or recreated this whole concept? Is it because it's not worth it? I don't know. If people aren't talking about it. I honestly, I'm not sure of my thoughts on it. I do like the way my face looks. I keep looking at myself and I have a mirror right down here. It looks great. It really does. But it's kind of like, why has nobody else? I don't know. So I haven't used it as a setting powder yet either. I think I'm going to try to use it as like an under eye setter or like an all over face setter and kind of see how it works that way and maybe update you guys. So if you've tried this before, let me know what your thoughts are, what your experience is. Again, I don't think it's a functionally realistic thing for me every day, but I do really like the way it looks. Like I just have to remind myself to grab it and dump it, you know what I mean? So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts and questions down below. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You probably hear all the creators talk about this now, but YouTube is just going crazy right now, doing weird things, and it's actually very, very hard to retain and gather new subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, I would really, really love it if you joined my subscription family. It's free and you can see my lovely face 2 times a week. So go ahead and do that, and otherwise I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.